So what in the world is going on in the real estate market? The Houston market had a pretty robust performance for the month of April. However, we did see that it didn't beat out last year's April. That said, I think rising interest rates and some of the things that are going on in the market as far as inventory are just what maybe wearing out buyers, or certain buyers are maybe taking a step back. So um, I would say that things were relatively flat in April. Home sales were really good, but they just didn't beat out last year. However, if you look at the whole entire beginning of 2022, we're still ahead of 2021 by about 7.5%. So things are still going hot. I think here in Houston, we still have low inventory. And what I mean by low inventory is that homes are coming to the market very quickly. When homes come to the market, they're selling very quickly. So you don't get to take a snapshot and see the inventory, but that doesn't mean that a ton of homes aren't selling. So what I wanted to talk about today is just kind of my thoughts and my opinions on where we're at and where we're going, because I think there's a lot of people that are nervous about the rising interest rates and a housing bubble and things like that, and all that could come to fruition. I just think for right now, if you're thinking about selling your home, I think it's a really good idea to consider that in the last year, the average home has seen about $55,000 worth of equity. And so if you're looking to pull that equity out and use it for a new home, or downsize and keep some of that in your pocket, or perhaps make a refinance, or juggle some houses around and start buying investment properties, I think now's a good time to do it, even though it's going to cost you a little more to do it because of interest rates. And I think if you were ever trying to time the market, selling at conceivably a peak, and then buying in an area where you might have a little bit more flexibility, I think we're going to start seeing that in the next 2, 3, 4 months. So you would be able to sell kind of at that peak and then go and buy. You're still going to be paying high kind of the peak prices when you buy, and you've got rising interest rates. But at the same time, I think there's going to start to be more flexibility, and maybe more inventory is going to be on the market for you to choose from. And I think when you have choices, the multiple offers and some of the things that really drive prices higher than you may want to pay, I think we're going to back off of that. And so, when you're timing the market, if you're going to sell low, you're going to buy low too. So, there's a benefit there. And if you sell high and you buy high, there's some benefit there, because we had very low interest rates, and now we have higher interest rates. But I think you're going to start to see homes sit on the market a little bit longer. I think you're going to start to see where a home had 21 offers, maybe it has 2 or 3 or just 1. We kind of go back to that, 3 or 4 showings on a house, 10, 15 days on the market instead of 1 or 2 or 3. And so I think that's kind of what's coming. So if you're thinking about selling a property, give me a call. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. We can answer some questions. I think that's where the market is now. Who knows where it's going to be at the end of the year, and how far the Fed's willing to take interest rates. I think they're raising them a little bit too fast, in my opinion. But it is what it is. And if they get super high by the end of the year, we could see a big pullback in the real estate market. But we'll see how that goes.